Recreate your life.
I'm going to tell you exactly how you can recreate your life. Now, you can do that by using the 3-step creative cycle to recreate your life right now. And in fact, the second you have an idea enter your mind, it is making itself known to you and proclaiming its existence. And this corresponds to the first step of the creative cycle, know, or knowledge. Any idea you have is an idea that is already spiritually born. Now, must understand that knowledge is critical because it is actually the first step of the creative cycle, right? Because if you don't know, if there's no knowledge, this cycle doesn't begin. And that's why knowledge is so critical, because without knowledge, you have no foundation to create anything. Without knowledge, there is nothing for you to act upon. There's nothing for me to act upon. And that is why you need to what? That's why you need to know. And knowledge precedes everything. So strive to know by learning all that you can. And this will enhance your creativity. And after you know your idea, find the proper places and tools to focus your ideas so that your knowledge can manifest itself and you can begin witnessing its construction. Seek wisdom and wise counsel so that your knowledge is provided opportunities for growth and manifestation. Now that corresponds to the second step of the creative process, wisdom and womb. And in time, the idea that only existed as knowledge will be born in the womb in given form, completing the third and final step of the creative cycle.
When were you spiritually born?
When were you spiritually born? It's a great question to ask, and I can tell you this much. As you found out throughout this program thus far is that you are more than just a body. You are a spirit having a bodily experience. Therefore, the birth date written on your physical birth certificate does not tell the entire story. Your physical birth certificate from City Hall only shows your physical birth date. Now, in the 3-step creative cycle, your physical birth is actually the last step. It corresponds with formed, right? Now, your regular birth certificate is accurate. It's accurate for your body, but it entirely omits your spiritual birth that began in the first step of the creative cycle. It does not consider your existence as knowledge before being placed in the womb and given your final form. It does not tell the date of your original birth, your spiritual birth, your real beginning. For that reason, your regular birth certificate has the wrong birth date.
You were born in the year infinity.
Now, many of you may say, okay, my regular birth certificate has a wrong birth date. So when was I born in the first place, right? When was I born if it had the wrong birth date? Well, I'll tell you exactly when you were born. You were born in the year infinity, right? I know that may seem crazy, but consider everything we've discussed thus far. And it may seem crazy, but you were born in the year infinity. Now, your existence began the moment you were conceived in the mind of the Creator. That is the universal energy that is behind all apparent order and chaos. When were you conceived in the mind of the Creator, you may ask? You were conceived at the beginning of time. And since the beginning of time is undefined and proceeds indefinitely into the past, we assign the concept of infinity. Infinity is the mathematical concept signified with a figure 8 for quantities that have no limit or end. Now, the universe, galaxies, planets, stars, moon, earth, and everything that has ever existed began at the same moment you did, in the mind of the Creator, in the year infinity. Because at one point, each of them were just knowledge pre-existing their physical forms. And just like them, you started as an idea within the Creator's mind as knowledge, the first step in the creative cycle. This was your spiritual birth, and it commenced your spiritual existence. Therefore, this means you were around to witness the beginning of the universe and all of creation. The Creator focused the knowledge of you, knowledge, into the physical world, the womb, or wisdom, so that you could become the person, the form, you are today.
You are limitless by nature.
Let me say that once again. You are limitless by nature. It is through the striving, focus, and determination to ascend a ladder within your own self that you will transcend your self-imposed limitations. As you continue to break your own barriers, you will come to realize that the only one imposing those barriers is you. Your limitations are self-imposed. Throughout history, limits have been surpassed with every triumph, reaffirming your capacity to surmount the walls once believed to be impassable. You see, the sound barrier has been broken multiple times. And what was once the tallest skyscraper in the world is no longer the tallest, since another has emerged to surpass it. In fact, a computer used to take up an entire room, and now nanotechnology has shrunk it down to the molecular level. You see, what you see through these examples is that barriers are meant to be broken, and history has proven that it is within your nature to break these limits.